So, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast.
I feel so vindicated because I've already been saying like, "Hey, I don't get all this hype from Mr. Beast and all this stuff." Him saying, "You, I want to be president," this, that, and the other. So dumb. I called him out too because he's saying he wants to be president days before the assassination attempt happens.
Yeah.
Then he stays silent. Why didn't he say anything? It's like nothing at all. He didn't have to say he supported Trump, but how do you go from one day saying you want to be president to, okay, once something crazy, once crap hits the fan, you stay completely quiet?
Well, he could have very easily at least just made a joke like, on second thought.
I know, or
You
that,
know,
you
like,
know, maybe I don't want to be president, but
yeah.
he's just completely quiet. His credibility was already lost with the fact that he was supporting Kris Tyson after he already came out as a woman and then left, abandoned his family and all that. For him to still be supporting the guy, still having him on the show, all that kind of stuff was already bad enough. But yeah, but now all this coming out, and apparently he knew, allegedly.
Many people who are close to the situation. Okay, so if people don't know, Mr. Beast, easily the biggest creator in the world, with most of his audience being kids. And I'm not going to pretend like adults don't watch him, but it's probably somewhere like 80% or more are kids. There's absolutely nothing wrong with his content. I don't think. And, you know, it's not for me. I've probably seen 2 Mr. Beast videos. I admit I watched the Squid Games one he did. That might have been it. Or the Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory one I think I watched. But anyway, he has a partner on the show whose name was Kris Tyson. This individual has a long and interesting history. It's funny. Kris has like 2 main co-hosts. One of them has a Bible verse channel.
Yeah.
And the other one is Kris Tyson, who now changed their name to Ava. And all these messages are coming out where I will say, at least based on the messages, they are at minimum inappropriate.
Right.
You know, they are inappropriate. I won't go as so far as to saying like we're with Doc, they were like he was sexting.
Right.
I haven't seen that. I've seen inappropriate messages. I've seen him calling a 13-year-old dad or daddy.
Right, and posting kissy emote faces to a 13-year-old. That's definitely not appropriate.
Yeah, and I would say that, you know, Mr. Beast sidekick posting artwork from disgraced artists known for animated CP. I don't even want to go down that article. You know, this is a guy that this is not a new thing about him. Here, right. Mr. Beast sidekick social media history under scrutiny following gender transition, where he talked about entitled feminists are getting on my nerves. Seriously, just stop being cunts. It's not that hard. This, that, and the other thing. Like, this individual is, you know, he also tweeted, nothing gets my knob cranking like some LOLI, which is essentially many people believe, okay, that it is no different than CP. The people who say it is say, oh, it's a 400-year-old demon, and they're
right.
Not
they
really.
Give a fake age. Now, when I used to, because of everybody defending that, I used to think that that meant, oh, are they just drawing women that are more petite and don't have big curves and stuff? No, they actually are drawing them to look like children. And and it's like they draw them to physically look like a child, like a little bitty 12-year-old or something. And they say, oh, because of the lore, she's actually a vampire, so she's 1,000 years old. Stuff like that's their little loophole to
they're still prepubescent
for their perversion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I've always kept a precarious position on this where like I think it's at least CP adjacent. Right. I would also argue that, you know, people that watch that, there's probably a big crossover on the Venn diagram of people that also watch. Are there probably some quote unquote just weirdos that aren't into kids into it? Yes, I'm sure. But I think like, you know, out of abundance of caution, I would just maybe find something else to crank my knob to, as Kris Tyson has said. Now this is a big deal because this guy has an audience of like 500 million kids or whatever it is. It's now coming out that there's not one, but at least two, maybe three people that he was talking to when he was in his 20s. Here you go, Kris Tyson, an employee of MrBeast. By the way, MrBeast has on multiple occasions defended him.
Yep.
I guess similar to Bronies is, I guess in terms of like being socially outcast, but I don't think that there's a fetish side of Bronies. But I guess I don't know. I've never met one. Oh, is there? Okay, I've never met a Brony.
I mean, yeah.
Are they like getting it on in like in suits or whatever?
Actually,
is that?
I don't know the whole context of that, but I do know there's some really weird bronies that do have like that whole fetish stuff and drawings and it's
a little dicey.
It's kind of like furries where technically not all of them are into it for that, but there's definitely a lot of them who are.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Kris Tyson, employee of MrBeast, who's best known for being trans and buying Lolly from Shadman, who creates one of those artists that draws that stuff, has now been caught sending spicy messages to a different 14-year-old.
So that's the thing, because the first 13 or 14-year-old was saying, by the way, he did nothing wrong, nothing happened. For the way that he's saying it sounds like a script. It sounds like, okay, MrBeast or Kris reached out, offered him some money, hush money, and that's what it sounds like. So the fact that there is a second 14-year-old in this case, it's definitely not looking good for Kris.
Yeah, here you have Kris. It looks very real. It says, again, he calls this kid, it says, "Thanks, Dad, LOL." Let's see this. So it's obviously Ava, Kris Tyson. Goes back to the messages. They sent something here that says, "Keep it a secret," though. Wait, I know you heard about my bathwater prank. I don't know what it says. Now crazy it's gone, but my stock is actually sold out at the moment. Oh, bathwater. He's selling bathwater. Rather than bringing it back, I'm looking to bottle a whole bath on video into a giant tub and ship it to whoever buys it for $20,000. I just wanted to reach out in advance because I know this is the kind of content MrBeast does. Just give you a heads up. Let me know if there's something that might be interest to him. What? Oh, that's from Belle. Oh, that's from Belle Delphine.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, so he's showing.
He's showing him Belle Delphine's DM. So it looks
right.
Mine's better. Let's see here. I don't know what's going on in that picture. I'll email you my PC. LOL. I'm not seeing anything like. I
think there was kiss emojis somewhere on this. Maybe it was a different.
Yeah.
There it is. The kiss emojis.
There's kiss emojis. Yeah. Yeah, there's kiss emojis there from Kris, and it says, "Of
and
course,
then he
Dad."
calls him Dad. Yeah, that's just really weird. I think it's already weird in general that a grown man in his 20s is having Snapchat conversations with a 14-year-old in general. That should not be a thing.
By the way, yeah, this was 2019. This isn't 100 years ago. It's newer than the Dr. Disrespect stuff. And that is Kris would have been in his 20s here.
Yeah.
Sending this to a 14-year-old.
Yeah. And Snapchat too. That's a thing, is a lot of people use Snapchat because, unless in this case the kids saved the conversation.
Yeah, they always do.
But if they don't save the conversation, it disappears. And that's why a lot of people like Snapchat, because they want to be able to send nudies, or they want to be able to send spicy messages, and that'll go away right afterwards.
Remember the moment? Did you ever see the moment? Not to interrupt, sorry. There was a famous moment where Chris D'Elia found out on real time that people record Snapchat messages. So Chris D'Elia, it's the second thing. Yeah, there's Chris D'Elia. This is how he got caught. because Chris D'Elia was sending images to, like, I'm guessing he was never criminally charged, so people were maybe 17 going on 18, but he's also married. Watch this.
Cat.
Okay, so this woman is a teacher. She taught in a middle school and a high school. She was recently charged for sending one of her former students nudes through Snapchat. She was also Miss Kentucky at one point.
Nice.
And her excuse was that she was trying to send a nude photo of her through Snapchat to her husband, but accidentally sent one of her students.
Happens
and when he responded, she sent him more.
No, she's full of shit. Obviously, be better at lying. But also, she deserved to go to prison for 2 years for sending a teenage boy tits.
Well, how old was
she? She sent him more?
15. 15.
And
that kid's probably
29.
That kid's probably damaged for the rest of his life. Or he has jacking material.
Sent him more?
Yes, but here's the thing.
There's always guys who say stuff.
Why does she have her students Snapchat?
Yeah, well, that's weird. Yeah.
Let me see her body. Dude, if I'm 15,
that's amazing.
And this history teacher.
By the way, what he's saying here is degenerate and wrong.
Yep. There's always got to be that guy.
This is why. Yeah, this is what Bappa here is saying is degenerate, and it's the equivalent of South Park saying nice. No, she's a predator and she deserves to go to jail. Leave the kids alone. She has a sick problem, and she is a child predator. Period. It's not nice.
Send you those tits?
Yeah.
You'd be stoked.
Very strange to me, though.
It's
such a weird thing to do.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, she won an award?
Strong core.
She was 2014 Miss Kentucky.
That's a strong core.
Kentucky, not exactly that competitive.
All right, man. You said that 3 times.
Yeah, no, I heard you the 7th time, and I ignored it.
It's just a strong core.
Very SpongeBob-ish.
but hold on a second.
Wait for it.
How did it come out? Like, how did they?
The boy's mother ended up finding it.
Finding it? What do you mean? Snapchat goes away, right? How they?
He probably saved it. You can screen record, take screenshots.
Wow.
You got to know that that's gonna happen.
Is that out right there?
Yeah, it says teen's parent reportedly found the photos up on his phone, which he saved from Snapchat. Also, mom, quit being a cock block. Who knows where?
Also, not cool. Yeah, so like this is the moment that, and then like
oh shoot.
Yeah, you can literally see how he disengages from the conversations as the gears start turning in his head. Chris kept saying 2 years, like he's contemplating how much time he could get. I mean, like this is best stomach drop ever caught on video.
Oh my goodness.
You could see how the vibe totally changed. He freaks out, starts babbling to cover his freak out. Yeah, truly one of the most incredible video clips because that's how he got caught. Like
my goodness.
Yeah, he was gooning on like girls, and then people put those messages out, and it's like, oops, as Chris used to say.